Welcome to the Summer Opportunities at Northwestern Applied Learning session. I'm Yaneth Bella from the Undergraduate Admissions Office at Northwestern University, and today I am joined by colleagues across Northwestern to discuss summer opportunities. We meet many students across the country and around the world when we travel and recruit for Northwestern, and we often hear from freshmen, sophomore, and junior students who are interested in learning more about what they should do over the summer and where they can participate in summer programs. So today we'll have a sampling of what those opportunities look like on campus at Northwestern and in the virtual world. Would you please introduce yourselves and tell us if you participated in a summer program when you were a high school student?
Sure. I'm Jenny Avery. I'm the director of the National High School Institute on campus. That program is an umbrella for 4 institutes that run over the summer: a playwriting program, a debate program, a theater program, and a film and video program. And they are all for high school students. I did summer programs pretty much every summer from about the age of 9 through high school. Including a theater camp, which was somewhat similar to one of the ones I run, and a kind of a pre-college program, but it wasn't at a college, it was at a prep school.
Cool.
So some really similar things.
Very cool.
My name is Kate Seacon. I use she, her pronouns. I am the assistant director at Center for Talent Development. We're under the umbrella of the School of Ed and Social Policy. And I've been here since 2012 at CTD. CTD has programming for students age 4 through grade 12, both in person and online. And our biggest programming that we offer throughout the year takes place during the summer. So we've got little kid summer programming that is more like day camp, and that happens off campus. But our programming that we are speaking about today takes place here on campus as well, for 6th through 12th grade students, and it covers most of the subject areas that Jenny's does not.
Nice.
So lots of academic areas as well as leadership programming. And I did not participate in summer programming when I was a teen. I was a camp counselor and I worked at a restaurant in order to save money to go to college.
Sounds like a different type of summer opportunity.
Exactly. I learned a lot in those experiences, but not academically.
Cool.
All right, I am Emily Seifer. I'm the program coordinator for the college prep program here at Northwestern. We are under the umbrella of the School of Professional Studies. We offer 3 different types of programming. One is an online year-round program, and then our summer programs, which is our big programs, we offer a non-credit and a college credit option. So many of the courses that we offer are probably similar to Kate's offering, more in the academic realm. And then with the undergraduate credit courses, we have students in there as well. They are for rising sophomores, juniors, and seniors, so all high school students. I've been with the program for 6 years now, and I did not do any sort of summer academics, I think only because I didn't know they existed.
Right.
I would have loved it.
Same.
I just had no idea that they were a thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I'm so glad we're having this conversation so we can spread the word.
Yes.
And maybe a good place to start is to talk about generally, what do you think are some of the benefits? What do students gain from participating in a summer opportunity?
One of the things that I find, both for myself when I did it, but also watching the students who come, is a real sense of independence. It's a time to try some things out that you might not get to try out living at home or in your regular school environment. You get to meet people from all over the country, all over the globe. So you get to learn from them, you get to share your excitement for the thing that you're studying with them. You get to have new teachers, a new insight into a subject that you might be studying during school, but you're going to get to hear new voices talk about it. So that's really exciting. But also simple things like doing your laundry for the first time or figuring out what classes you want to take, or traveling from one building to another, all the things that you would be doing in college, making some decisions that you probably don't get to do when you're home, and having a new sense of autonomy and a little taste of freedom.
Yeah, agreed. And to add to that, everything you said, absolutely. And additionally, one of the things that I love seeing happen with these summer programs, because CTD's programs, we offer like 1 week as well as 3-week programs. Some of them are enrichment. Most of them are credit bearing, so that students are able to achieve high school credit during those 3-week experiences especially. But our goal always, like with all of our programming at CTD, and you see it especially during the summer, is to have students participate in that subject area that they're really good at and that they really love. And that is, I know, who comes to the
Absolutely.
NHSI programming, certainly the students who come to us as well. These are the students who love math and want to do more math and want to get further in math. These are the future math leaders, right? And same thing with all of the sciences and the technology programs that we offer, and the leadership development courses that we offer. So these are kids who are developing cohorts of people who love that subject as much as they do. And the opportunity to spend 1 week or 3 weeks in a class all day, and then also residentially with those people who have that kind of fire, it again demonstrates that they have a community out there, that they are not alone, and that they have the opportunity to become those leaders in the future, and they can see some of the people who might be part of that leadership with them.
Yeah, can I jump back on for a second? Because that just reminded me. So that's so true. And what I find, my program is nicknamed the Cherub Program, and it has this huge sort of mafia out in the world, because so many of these people become lifelong friends. They become lifelong cohorts of, they produce films together. They start theater companies together. They know each other forever and work together, and that's really exciting because they share that passion.
And for those networks to be not just in your hometown, but to see that those take place outside of your state, outside of your country, even internationally, then those cohorts can really help support each other from a great distance, while also just keeping them close emotionally and socially.
Building community and finding your people.
Absolutely. When I think about whenever like a parent will call and ask me like, why choose or why go to a pre-college program? Like, what's the point? The first thing I always think of is test driving college. A lot of the students that come to the college prep program, or CPP as we call it, have never left home before. They've never spent time away from home before. So they're really getting a taste for college with us as a cushion. We're that extra support, but they are learning how to manage their time. They have they're in school all day, and now they've been put into an environment where they're in school for a couple hours, and then they have all this free time, and they're not really sure when to do homework, when to go to the dining hall, when to be social, and how to prioritize those things so that they can succeed in every area. So this really is a taste of what college life is like, with us as a support and that extra just oomph behind them to get them ready to go out into the world and make a difference.
And then on the admission side, we often get questions about whether participation in summer programs at a specific college directly ties with the admission rate at the undergraduate level. And I think generally speaking, the answer is no, right? There are no guarantees. But the biggest takeaway, if a student decides to spend time on a college campus, is that they understand what it's like to live in that community. They get to know the surroundings. They can write an essay about what the dining food tastes like. So there are some benefits there, but yeah, really good to know.
Would you say, I guess one of the things that I say to parents who ask me that question is, because there are so many people, so many students applying to a place like Northwestern, expressing this interest in it early, saying, I want to spend the summer here because it's a place I know I want to go, and then I've invested this time and energy, and now I know I want to come here even more, does affect their applications in some way.
It does, in the sense that it might inspire a stronger essay, that they have anecdotes, they have things and people they can relate to. They might say, I took a class with Professor XYZ and now I want to be a neuroscientist. So in that way, I think there's definitely relevance there. Yep. Cool. You've talked a little bit about your programs. I wonder if you could share more about what the biggest takeaway for a student might be, and maybe highlighting a project or a specific class that's available, anything that comes to mind.
There are, I'm trying to think about
Like,
some.
which
of,
one?
I know,
Yes,
because
yes.
we have hard sciences, we've got technology, we've got creative writing, math, all of it, and what our teachers standardly do for our courses is work toward a culminating activity, a culminating experience. So we've got some technology classes where students have developed their own robots, and on the last day of the program they get to test drive them in front of not only their peers but also all the families that are invited on that last day for sort of an expo experience. And it is a really remarkable opportunity to see what these students have developed in terms of their ability with the programming languages, and then also putting that to work with the robots that they have built. But we've got journalism classes too, where they've got these publications that they have been working on over the course of 3 weeks, and on the final couple of days they've got a real portfolio of material that they get to take home with them, but also be able to share with their peers again and their families. So it kind of depends on the type of class. I know that Jenny's experience, because it is performative in nature, she can speak to that, but like ours are a little bit more oriented around the academic opportunities to demonstrate that culminating knowledge and experience.
Awesome. Please invite me at your next
It is so much
culminating
fun.
event.
It is so much fun. Like I love, our this is slightly younger, but our 6th through 8th graders have like an aerodynamics class, and some of the opportunities to see them shoot off rockets that they have been working on, and be able to calculate the apogee and the speed, and apply all of the physics that they have been learning over the course of the 3 weeks to some of those projects is just really exciting.
That's cool.
It is lovely to be a part of that.
Yes, as Kate said, all of our programs have big culminating events. The debate program has a big debate tournament at the end of it, which is prepping students for their debates, for their debate season during the school year. The theater program has 8 fully produced productions, light, sound, costumes, the whole shebang. They're fantastic. The film program has a film festival at the end. Between 30 and 40 films are made, and so that we're watching them for 4 to 5 hours in the last day of the program. And then the playwriting program has a staged reading performance, which is actually directed by professional director and performed by professional actors, so the student playwrights get to see their plays up on their feet. So yeah, those are all very big, exciting events that happen at the end of each summer.
Love it.
Yeah, so CPP is, again, similar to CTD, but we have kind of 2 different programs. We have our credit and our non-credit. Our credit is the students are taking the same classes that Northwestern undergrads are taking, so typically they're taking some sort of final, writing a final paper, but ultimately I think their biggest takeaway is they then have a transcript from Northwestern to put onto their college application. For our non-credit program, there is always some sort of culminating activity. For our writing, some of our writing classes, or one of our writing classes specifically, they are writing throughout the 2 weeks. They're 2-week programs, and at the end they have a fully formed college essay and to put onto their application. We have a class on the psychology of children, kind of, and throughout the 2 weeks, the students are raising a virtual child. So at the end of the 2 weeks, they are showing how the choices that they've made as a virtual parent have impacted their children, and you can see at the end how everyone starts with the same newborn at the beginning, and how those choices have changed, and how at the end they have, 40 different. The 40 students have 40 different children at the very end. So there is always something, some activity or something that they are taking away from those 2 weeks here on campus.
That's awesome. That blows my mind. We are going to show all of the contact information and your website information so that students and parents and guardians and anyone helping a student can access that information. But just very quickly, do your programs offer financial assistance to students? And is it available to international students?
Great question. Yes, we do offer financial aid. About a third of the students that come to all of our programs are on some form of financial aid. They are not merit scholarships. It's all need-based financial aid. And we do give some money to international students as well.
Yeah, are pretty much exactly the same. So we also have financial assistance available that is need-based. We have a couple of scholarships that are oriented around students predominantly who are underrepresented in the area of technology, but most of our financial assistance is strictly need-based. What I will say is that applications that come in earlier stand a better chance, because we do spend all of our financial aid usually by early April. So our application is open presently. And so I would say is, with those families who have a financial need, get the applications in sooner.
Okay, good to know.
Yeah.
We do offer strictly need-based scholarships to domestic students only. We also partner with a significant number of community-based organizations and work with communities in Chicago, Evanston, and all over the country to bring students to Evanston for the summer.
Cool. And now that we have students thinking about all of your programs and they're going to go and apply online ASAP, what advice do you have for them as they apply for your programs and also continue that summer program search?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, kind of looking at that test drive of college, when students or parents are looking at where they want to go to school, look at summer programs at a school like that. So if a student lives in a big city and wants to stay in a big city, finding a program at a school in the middle of nowhere might not be the best option for them. Or if they want to go to college somewhere completely different, maybe they want to be right on a lake or an ocean.
Yeah.
Finding a landlocked program may not be something that they are interested, or may not be the right direction for them to go. And so kind of looking at things like that, looking at schools if they are in need of financial aid, looking at schools that offer scholarships, things like that, really to narrow down their focus, because there are so many incredible programs out there. You have to start narrowing it down somehow, and if you're gonna do it one way, find something that really speaks to how you want to continue on your college career.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's great advice.
Yeah, to add to that very quickly, the Center for Talent Development is clearly the talent development model of gifted education, and students have a far better experience when they are pursuing areas of interest.
Yes.
So while there may be some areas that they need to spend a little bit more time on to sort of shore up some areas that aren't as strong, summer programming should really be the opportunity to just dive into what you love and shine, to grow so that you can again work toward being eminent in that field and to be a real leader in that field. So find the thing that you love, or try a thing that you think you'll love.
Yes.
If you're looking for more of an enrichment opportunity, that's also a great time to do it. But that's what summer should be.
Our application, which I imagine is true for these other programs as well, is like a mini college application. You need your transcripts, you need a letter of recommendation. We ask for a resume, which we help you through. But the biggest and most important aspect of the application is the essays. And so I would say really spend time on those. I would say that's probably true for almost any pre-college program around the country, is that they're going to be looking at that. And what we're looking at, I'm reading them right now, starting to, is a sense of who the student is. I don't want to read an essay about that you think the things you think you're supposed to be writing about. I just want to know who you are, your sense of humor, your point of view, your imperfections are much more interesting to me than trying to be perfect in an essay. We're trying to build a community of students for the summer, and I want to get to know whether you are someone who seems like a good fit for that community.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, that's a good point, is to pay attention to the eligibility criteria
Yep.
for each of the programs. They are different. We don't have essays, but there are eligibility criteria typically for most of the summer programs that students would be considering.
Awesome. Well, thank you all so very much.
Thanks for having us.
Of course, of course. We should do this again.
Yes.
But as you can see, there are many opportunities to spend your summer here with us in Evanston at Northwestern. And there are many opportunities for us in the admissions office to go to you where you are. We often participate in summer programs like College Horizons, Questbridge conferences, Star Network events. So we are always coming to you too. Thanks again. Have a great 2025. Enjoy the rest of the day. And we are going to post all of their contact information and the program information on our website. Thanks so much.